Hey, Hugh Taylor here from Comms Factory, and today I want to talk about an important concept in the public relations field and in life in general, which is you get what you pay for. Now, I don't think Comms Factory is particularly expensive. We charge a fair price for a good product, but people do ask me, hey, I can get this for a lot less. So how come, you're more expensive? Well, I decided to try it out myself. I went to a competitor of mine. I'm not going to tell you their name because I don't want to be mean and I don't want to get sued. But I will tell you this is a company that offers the service of writing a 300-word press release for $15. So I ordered a $15 press release. It's based on Cyber Policy Institute, which is a project I'm doing in another part of my work. And I told this company that I wanted to do a press release announcing the launch of Cyber Policy Institute, which is like a think tank. Okay, and what you see on the screen is the press release I got back 2 days later. Okay, now I want to point something out right away. There is a headline here that says, "Know of the nitty-gritty of cybersecurity with Cyber Policy Institute," and you'll notice it does not have consistent capitalization. Even nitty and gritty and cybersecurity should be capitalized. Okay. In contrast, I just want to show you a kind of standard press release. This is a press release example for a company called Pitos. Press release usually has a headline. It doesn't have to be bold and big like this, but that's kind of a nice stylistic thing you can do. Usually has a headline that announces very plainly what's happening. Pitos launches new tortilla style. Then there's a subhead available in 3 dazzling flavors. And then there's what's called a dateline. Where is this news coming from? Los Angeles. Okay. The press release that I got has none of those things. It just starts. Okay. So our $15 press release has a peculiar headline that is not at all in a journalistic standard, would not be recognized as professional quality by reporters. When it says, "Know of the nitty-gritty of cybersecurity with Cyber Policy Institute," that is not a good headline. It's also got a problem with capitalization. There's no dateline. So again, a professional journalist would not look at this as anything resembling a professional press release. It looks very amateurish. There's no dateline. It then starts out with a sentence that is, okay, it says, "Educating and empowering business with better cybersecurity solutions, Cyber Policy Institute is set to make a grand launch." Okay, that's not so great. Okay, then it goes on a few more sentences that are, I would say, so-so. Independent, nonpartisan think tank based in Cleveland, being one of the leading analysts and publishers. The organization is educating all the government officials, executives, journalists, and reporters, as well as potential stakeholders about cybersecurity. Now, this phrasing, "the organization is educating all the government officials and executives," it's not incorrect grammatically, but it is not accurate, and it is also makes it look like the organization is doing something that is impossible. Now we get into the second paragraph. Now, one thing also, there's no quote in this. Now, you don't have to have a quote in a press release, but it's usually a good thing to have. Like here in the Pitos, we had this quotation, so-called executive quote. "We're about the greatest tasting chips of all time," said Nick Desai, CEO of Pitos. Okay, that's usually a press release has a quote. This $15 press release has no quote. It simply goes in to say that CPI was founded by Hugh Taylor, the main man behind this revolutionary project, in 2018. Okay, now we get into writing, which makes it clear, at least to me, that this was written either by a machine using AI software or by someone who does not speak English as a first language. And I have nothing against people who don't speak English as a first language, but I would just tell you, if you want to do public relations in the United States, you need to work with a native English speaker, someone who's been educated from an early age to write the English language properly. That means an American, Canadian, Australian, or someone from England. I would say, with few exceptions, anybody else is going to have trouble. And what you have here is a sentence that really says, this was not written by a native English speaker. It says, being one of the well-revered certified information security managers, Taylor has been working in the field for more than 20 years. This does not sound like a sentence written by a natural English speaker. Okay. And then it continues with more sentences like this and other mistakes like this. Like it says, with the rise in digital technology, evolving market trends, and increasing users, semicolon. That really should be a comma. Cybersecurity has become one of the most important elements for the safe and secure growth of every business. Okay. Then it says, cybersecurity perhaps is not the most complex thing, only if there is ample guidance. Okay. That doesn't make a lot of sense, and it says this sentence was not written by someone who knows how to write English or even speak English very well. So it goes on like this, and it's just, here it goes, CPI thrives to educate everyone who is looking forward to gaining more knowledge in cybersecurity and national security based on digital mediums. Okay, there's about 3 mistakes in this sentence. Mediums is not the plural of media. Is not the plural of medium. The sentence doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It doesn't really know what it means. It doesn't really make sense. CPA thrives to educate. Okay. So, and then the press release ends with a call to action. There's no little hashtags at the bottom. So as you can see, this is a very poor quality press release. So this is what you get for $15. You get what you pay for. And the truth is, if you were to send out a press release of this quality, you would be embarrassed. Now, here's what people might say to that. They're saying, well, Hugh, nobody's going to read this. This is being sent out for search engine purposes. Now, that may be true. Some press releases, and I write some of these myself, are really written to be read by machines. It's to be read by Google and Bing and other indexing systems. So they're trying to pick up keywords and key phrases. But I'll make 2 comments that should leave you thinking about this. One is that Google has now become so sophisticated, it can actually recognize good quality writing and poor quality writing. Google knows how to spot this kind of either AI or non-English speaking writing. And because you're putting a press release out to be searched, it's going to get found. It will be read by people. And my philosophy is, even if you're writing for SEO and you're not expecting people to read your press release, you have to write it as if a person is going to read it. Because if a person's going to read it, they're going to form an impression of your business. And if they're going to form an impression of your business based on something like this, they're going to form a bad impression of your business. So this is my comment today on why you should avoid $15 press release writing services. I wish them all the luck in the world. In the meantime, if I can help you with a proper, professionally written press release written by one of my team of American journalists, please let me know. Look below for the link to our site, commsfactory.net. Thank you.